Oh, the cheeseburgers, they're going down and a lot slower than they were when the show started. We got the Belly Buster Burger, thanks to the LA County Fair for bringing that by. It's one of the new foods that you can get out at the fair. The entire burger weighs in, well, the meat itself is 4 pounds, but with all the toppings, the bun, the sesame seeds, it has, three cups of sesame seeds?
3 tablespoons of sesame seeds, and the bun itself is over a pound, just the bread.
Yeah, they originally weighed in, Sammy's burger was about 5.5 pounds, Eric's burger was close to 6 pounds, and Johnny's burger was also close to 5 pounds. Right now, after the third round weigh-ins, we have Sammy at round 2 had eaten 4 pounds, or her burger weighed 4 pounds 10 ounces, and now after round 3, her burger weighs 4 pounds 10 ounces.
Oh, somebody's
Sammy,
really...
you are. I saw your burger, and you're not putting it in that thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
well, actually, it was.
She started fast, though. She did really well.
Yeah, she jumped into it and then just and hit the wall.
Got to go slow, I guess.
4 pounds 10.8 ounces was last round. 4 pounds 10.5 ounces. So she did have 0.3 ounces in the last hour.
Have you guys seen how small Sammy really is, though?
Very tiny. She's so tiny.
I mean, I think that burger might have weighed more than her when it showed up.
That's true.
Eric, let's see, he started out almost 6 pound burger, and it's after round 3, 3 pounds 10 ounces left. My God! All right.
Jesus, Eric.
And Johnny's burger is 4 pounds 1 ounce. So you guys are still close to each other, but Eric's in the 3 pound range, so he's in the lead. Johnny is second. Sammy is in third.
But she's talking like 9 o'clock hour.
I think she's taking it into the pits. I don't think she's coming out of the pits.
See, I think I'm on to what he's doing. He's eating the meat. He's going for the meat. He's going for the weight.
Yeah.
With every race, there's a strategy, right? I mean, when you go into an off-road race, what's the strategy you take?
Survive.
I want to get through this thing.
Make it through. I think that's the route Sammy's taking. I think she's on the survival now.
I guess that's a good strategy to have. I had a question about when you said, who'd you mention, your teammate, Ivan something or other?
Ivan Iron Man Stewart. I'm dating myself now.
Well, but my question is, because I don't necessarily understand it, when you say teammate, I just always assumed it was like an individual sport. You're racing. So when you say teammate, how does it make you a team when you're racing?
All right. This series existed different when Mickey Thompson had it. Different than what it is today. We raced as Toyotas.
Okay.
And then there was Jeeps that Walker Evans raced. There was Nissans that Roger Mears raced, and there was always 2 or 3 cars at each one, kind of like Formula One a little bit, where you're a 2-car team.
Okay.
Even though you compete against each other, there's 2 cars in the house.
Okay.
And the only 2-car team we have this weekend is EJ Vizo, an IndyCar driver, and Bill Hines. So they're the only 2-car team that the trucks will look pretty similar to each other out of the 13 trucks that we have.
Okay. And so otherwise you're just going and doing your own thing.
Well, it's our motos. It's Supercross on 4 wheels, kind of. Our motos are about 15 minutes for heat races, 20 minutes main event. And there's nothing your teammate's going to do for you except for maybe help you share some information on your truck throughout the day of what you've done different than somebody else to have a competitive advantage. No different than maybe Dale Jr. and Jimmy Johnson or Casey Kane. Those guys are all on the same team, even though they drive different cars. They do share technical information. So,
the Speed Energy Formula Off-Road Series presented by Traxxas. And yesterday when I got this copy, it had 3 X's instead of 2 X's in Traxxas, and I was like, "What's Robby doing now? Is he driving the truck naked?"
Like
3X Traxxas. I'm gonna have to talk to Mr. Jenkins about that. I think I like it with 3 X's. You know,
there's a dirt track and there's a dirty track.
Are the hills shaped like breasts now? the triple X's.
You know. Bringing up Traxxas and talking about that, but could you imagine if you're 4 years old and you're playing with your remote car? These trucks that we race are basically life-size ones that you can climb in and get after it. So basically life-size Traxxas trucks.
So it's, I mean, how much? I mean, you said there was an IndyCar driver. It's going to be racing with you guys tomorrow and the next day, right?
Yeah, EJ Vizo. He's actually won IndyCar races. Very competitive. He opened Indy 500 this year. I think he was quickest on the first 4 or 5 days. But
this is totally different.
Yeah, driving IndyCars and NASCARs and
no different than you driving your car to work. I mean, you still got to drive the thing.
No way, Robby. Come on. That's what he's trying to tell me when I ramped the truck last year, and he's like, "Hey, if it's fine." I'm like,
"You drove it last year, didn't you?"
I did, but when I hit the ramp, I kept hitting the brake because that instinct is like,
you got scared.
Yeah, when I got airborne, I was like, hit the brake. But yeah, you'd think it's way different.
Well, you get one or the other. You get a whiskey throttle or you get the scared brake. So
I'll take scared brake.
I'm going to bring this up because I saw it in the news yesterday that about Tony Stewart and the district attorney says that he reviewed the evidence collected by the sheriff's investigators in the death of Kevin Ward, and he's decided to present that case to the grand jury. Now, he had the opportunity to say there's not enough here to even consider and just throw it out, but he saw whatever he saw and says he's going to present it to a grand jury. Obviously, in the race community, it's a very tight-knit, incestuous group. You guys all know each other. What are your personal opinions about this?
I don't know. I mean, you never know what. I wasn't there, so I don't know the situation, but I know I will say that, I know as a race car driver, there's no way that Tony wanted to injure anybody.
Right.
That was not a malicious, on-purpose act of any sort.
It was dark. He was wearing dark clothes.
Yeah, it's who knows?
Right.
And the scary part is now you're going to a jury that really doesn't understand what we do. They stand on the other side of the fence.
It's not really your peers when they're not race car drivers.
Exactly. So now you're talking to a bunch of people that don't understand what we do on a daily basis. So kind of scary for Tony, but, the whole situation is just really unfortunate. And we've never, in the industry, I can't remember ever an incident like this going to a grand jury that I can recall.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's with the media coverage of everything and how everyone has. I mean, it's like with everything else right now. It's like everything's blowing up in all sports.
Well, you look at this, and then you look at athletes that have had enhancements to perform better, and they've been in trouble for those. So it's just a different world that we live in today. Than what it used to be. I got to be honest with you, it's just not as much fun as it used to be.
Right.
But obviously, when you're putting these races together and you're going out and building a track, I mean, when you're with your colleagues and you're thinking safety is probably the main thing. It's like this has to be safe first.
Well, I think the first thing that all promoters like myself want to do is we want to make sure that the crowd's safe.
Right,
because they're outside the fence and they're there spectating it. So I think that's probably the first and foremost thing that we need to focus on. What happens inside the track is obviously different because us racers, we all know what we signed up for. That's the competitive spirit, and we've seen it with Dale Sr. and other ones. And
is that part of sharing technical information? Is that's
well? I mean, the technical side that we've learned from like the Dale Sr. incident is obviously the use of Hans devices and the use of better seats, and it was very unfortunate that we lost Dale, but the industry gained so much because that was one of the leaders.
Good coming from something bad happening.
Good coming from bad. Now the cars are very safe, and you don't hear about stuff like this happening very often. And unfortunate with Tony and the Kevin Ward deal, there was a light incident on the racetrack, and then it happened with a car versus a human being, and obviously you're going to lose being a human being standing in front of a 3,000 pounder. I think a sprint car is probably only 1,800 pounds, but still a very heavy object.
Yeah, I took my son Kale out to the Coliseum last year when Tony was here, and it's something to see, especially when you're there. And when he got his truck in the parking lot, it was something else. But when you see
all together,
and how many of them are in the race at one time? It's like
at the Coliseum, I think we ran 14 cars for the main event.
Yeah,
and I mean it's melee out there.
It is. It's
just one car. It's loud. You feel it in your bones, and
it's so much fun. And so I suggest that you go out tomorrow and for two separate venues. There's the Stadium Super Trucks that compete in the High Flying Series. They'll be part of the Sand Sports Super Show at the OC Fair and Event Center. That's Friday and Saturday. Then you move further south as part of the Coronado Speed Festival on Sunday afternoon at Naval Air Station, North Island. That's are they going to be setting off mortars while you guys are out there too, just to actually spice it up?
Well, it's Fleet Week down there, so it's
you hear
celebration.
That, ladies? You hear that, ladies? Yeah.
Fleet Week. But you gotta love getting the opportunity to race on the base. I mean, to cut it loose and race on the base. We had Sheldon Creed down there a couple days ago, and just looking at the video of being able to race on a landing strip is pretty rad.
Oh, and that's good entertainment for those people.
It'll be very cool, and it takes us to a demo that obviously they play in the dirt a lot, so they can relate to our competitive racing.
We got some people calling in and some questions for you. Let's talk to Trevor. Hello, Trevor.
Hey, how's it going? Heidi, Frank, Robby.
Hi, Trevor. How are you?
I'm doing great.
What's your question?
First thing, Robby, you're the man. You're the man of the dirt, man. You're my idol.
Well, thank you very much. Heidi said I love to get dirty.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, on these stadium trucks, I haven't seen them in person, but I'm, a Glamis guy, Akatia guy. Hey, what gear are you hitting, and how fast are you going on the bigger jumps out there?
Well,
Stadium trucks.
Right now on our Facebook page, we have a jump from Long Beach Grand Prix that's, I think it's the second or third video down on the Facebook page. And we're hitting the ramps about 95 miles an hour at Long Beach.
Robby.
And
oh, my God. I'm getting anxiety just hearing it.
Bradley Morris airs this thing out over the top of the catch fence. So he's probably 15 feet in the air on asphalt. And he went for 4 seconds of airtime at 90, so went probably 200 feet of distance. So
awesome.
The cars, the stadium trucks, how do you relate them to? They're a little mini trophy truck, but they will blow the doors off a trophy truck. At Long Beach Grand Prix, we run 155 miles an hour at the end of the front straightaway.
Awesome. One last question. When are you coming back to Glamis and hitting the backside bowls at Ovalville?
I went to Glamis last year, and the bowl wasn't there. I was very, very disappointed because used to have so much fun there. Brought the trophy truck out, and there was just no good big air gaps. There's obviously the canal, which we can jump the canal pretty easy, but the consequences at the canal could be pretty stupid if you want to know the truth. So,
if you want to drown.
If you want to drown, so because you're going to knock yourself out on the other side, but misfires or something like that as you take off. Or the other side, you're going to land in dirt. You're going to deal with consequences.
Hey, Trevor, awesome. Do you want a pair of tickets to go to this to the race?
Sure do.
Super Trucks OC Fairgrounds. Okay, I'm going to give you a pair of tickets, Trevor. Okay.
Awesome.
Stay on hold. We're going to hook you up. Let's take another call. Let's go to Allie. Hello, Allie.
Hi. How you guys doing?
Good. Say hello to Robby Gordon.
Hey, Robby. How you been?
Hi, Allie. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I just wanted to let you know that I'm a big fan. I met you in Ensenada about 2 years ago over at Estero Beach, and I just really need to give you back that plate of onion tacos that you gave me.
Yeah, you were out there when we were testing. I remember that. It was really funny. We had a whole thing of tacos catered out, and we had a plate, and it was covered. And I'm like, hey, we got all these tacos that we didn't eat. You guys want them? And it was nothing but sauteed onions. There was no tacos. There was no meat. There was no tortilla.
No,
there was nothing. She got some onions.
Hilarious.
Well,
Allie,
Allie,
excited. I'm
going to give you a pair of tickets to go see Robby Gordon race this weekend. Okay.
Thanks so much, Robby. I wasn't able to go to the Baja this year. I had my gallbladder taken out the day the race started.
Because the damn onion, Jay.
I told you not to eat the onions.
Stay on hold, Allie. We're gonna hook you up. Let's take one final call. Let's go to Mark. Hello, Mark.
Hey, how you doing? Good morning.
Good morning. Say hello to Robby Gordon.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Robby. Good morning, man. How you been, buddy?
I'm good. How you doing, buddy?
Good. Hey, 2 quick questions. Sheldon Creed. He's obviously the real deal, and you know that more than anybody. You ever thought about the car with him in the future, maybe?
Sheldon is definitely the real deal. He is as brave as anybody I've ever seen in my motorsport career.
That's quite a compliment.
Yeah, I've seen him just size up stuff and just go clobber it without even testing it first or kind of rolling it to see. So Sheldon at Dakar would be kind of dangerous. Because he would see a dune and he's like, that's got a good lip on it. I'm just going to fly over it, and 200 feet later, you edge into the face on the other side. But in all seriousness, as a race car driver, he is very, very talented. We've got a group of guys. I mean, Sheldon is really good, and the crazy thing is, we've got Dolly Lopez that comes out of Tijuana, Mexico, that just schooled Sheldon and myself at X Games. And, there's some very talented young drivers that come out of the off-road series and move on to other things. Obviously, I was fortunate to be able to do it. Jimmy Johnson, Rick Mears, and Casey Mears. So, 4 guys have come out of off-road and made a career out of it. And I think that Sheldon is one that can definitely do that.
What about your teammate for Toyo? Is Ballistic going to go out there with you?
Ballistic is running this weekend. Yeah, he's running a King truck this weekend. So he's one of the 13 cars that'll be there both on Friday and Saturday. And he had his new video out, Recoil 2, which is pretty nutty down there in Ensenada. Some of the stuff he was pulling off.
Do you want to go see it, Mark?
Yeah,
Mark,
that was impressive.
Mark, do you want to go see it?
Absolutely, Frank. I'd love to.
All right, I'm going to give you a pair of tickets, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, Rob.
All right, you're welcome. Thanks.
Stay on hold. We're going to hook you up for the rest of you.
A lot of fans, Robby.
The Speed Energy Formula Off-Road Series. Go see it. Sands Sports Super Show at the OC Fair and Event Center. That's tomorrow and Saturday. And then also again down the Coronado Speed Festival at the Naval Air Station, North Island. You can get tickets, stadiumsupertrucks.com, and tickets are available at the gate as well. Follow Robby on Twitter at Robby Gordon and at S Super Trucks. All right. Thank you, man. The door's always open when you want to come in.
No, it's great to be with you guys. Listen to you all the way down here. Great show. And I'm interested to see who's going to win this burger eating contest. All right.
It's not
I got to be honest.
That's what misery looks like.
The size of your peeps eating these things, none of them are finishing it. Okay, I can promise you. I think the burger weighs more than all of them.
Thank you, Robby Gordon. We're going to take a quick break. Come right back. We're Heidi and Frank.
That was just a little sample of the Heidi and Frank Show on 95.5 KLOS. Now, to get the show in its entirety, on demand, and if you want to watch the show, we webcast it every day, all you have to do is go to HeidiandFrank.com and become a premium package member. Do it right now.